Best regards, Matthew. This just never works. Hi there, Matthew here, back with another video inspiring ambitious people like you to succeed in your career. So you want to use LinkedIn to connect with people and get a job. And why not? LinkedIn is great. LinkedIn has 740 million active members and 55 million companies that have pages on it. It's definitely the place to be if you're an ambitious professional. In fact, more people are getting hired on LinkedIn than anywhere else. The right approach is to network. In today's video, I'm going to explain the 5 things you need to do to successfully network on LinkedIn. Now, I like LinkedIn for 2 main reasons. Number 1, it's a professional platform. It's not smothered with spam and memes about Harry and Meghan. Seriously, nobody cares. It's focused on business and professionals connecting with professionals. And 2, it's the only platform where you can drive your growth and your reach because you have the ability to connect with other people and invite other people to connect to you. On other social medias, you have to do something and say, please follow me. Whereas here you can say, hey, check me out. This is my profile. Connect with me. You have much more influence over your growth, and that's why it's my personal favorite. So without any further ado, I'm going to share the 5 things you need to do to succeed on LinkedIn. Please watch to the end because I've got 2 special little hacks for those job seekers that are looking to fast track their job search. So be sure to stick around for those. They're going to be well worth it. So the first thing you need to do is connect with people in a non-sales pitch kind of way. The way I like to remember this is connect, introduce, and impress. Now you can use the LinkedIn search tool to find specific people that you might be looking for. So hiring manager, let's say engineering in Sydney. And then we find this guy right here, who is apparently the director of engineering, and he is looking to hire. Fantastic. So now what we do, we have a look at this person's profile. So this guy looks like a handy prospect to potentially have in our network if we're looking for a job in engineering, which is just the random example that I've chosen here. Okay, so what we do then is we click on these 3 little buttons and we say, I'd like to connect. And now what's important is to add a note, because LinkedIn will just send a very, very generic, hi, I'd like to add you to my network, which is not very professional. It's not going to make much of an impression. So you add the note here and you say, these don't have to be that good. In my experience, I've got 2,500 connections on my LinkedIn profile, and you know, these get accepted 99% of the time. So don't stress too much about the quality of this message. Just make sure it's customized so that you're creating a good impression. Then you would just hit send. Now, obviously, I'm not interested in engineering, but I will use an example of what happens when somebody accepts one of your invitations. So here, a lady named Linda Raymer, a very popular career strategist on YouTube, has accepted my invitation to connect. So this is what I wrote. Hi Linda, I follow your YouTube channel and enjoy your content. You give loads of good advice in a very authentic way. It'd be great to be a part of your LinkedIn network. Okay, so that's what I sent Linda, and that was good enough for her to accept my request. So now all I'm going to do now is say thank you for connecting. Easy as that. Nothing more, nothing less. And I'll send that to Linda right now. Okay, so the purpose of that is just to acknowledge the connection. But if you've connected with the hiring manager and they've accepted your connection, this is the follow-up message that you need to send about a day or 2 later. And in paragraph 1, you're saying you're impressive, because from the hiring manager's perspective, you're showing that you understand the business that he works for and that you want to work for them. Secondly, you're saying you're available to work, but you're not asking for anything in particular. You're just inviting them to have a look at your profile to see if you might be a good fit. And thirdly, and I think most importantly, is you're offering to help. This can really, really impress. Over and above you asking for something from someone, offering to do something for them always goes an incredibly long way. And so this 3rd paragraph, where I just gave an example, in the event you have any vacancies, I have a vast network and will gladly share the opportunity with them if that would be helpful. This you can offer to help in a different way, But the point is, paragraph 3 should offer to help. Paragraph 1, you should say what impresses you about the company. Paragraph 2, you should hint at the fact that you'd be interested in working there, but you're inviting the person you've reached out to look into you a little bit more. And then paragraph 3, you say, how can I help? Okay, this is going to make an incredible first impression. By the way, if you want these templates, connect with me on my socials and I'll happily send them to you. All my details on the description box below. If you have any questions, obviously just leave a comment and I can help you customize your particular reach out for your sector, or if you just want some general advice on how to phrase these reach outs to hiring managers, I'll happily help you for free. That's what it's all about for me. Okay, so that's a great start. You've made a good impression and people are going to be responding to you and wanting to now learn a little bit more about you. The last thing you want is for them to come click on your profile and there is nothing interesting about you there at all. So here's an example of my profile. I don't want to go into huge amounts of detail into what an optimized profile must look like. All I want to say is you need to have keywords in your about section. So if you want to rank for mechanical engineers in Sydney, then make sure that your profile describes you as a mechanical engineer in Sydney. Make sure you have a nice profile photo, a banner maybe of an engineering workshop, kind of shows everything that you're about as an example, references to who you are. And a profile can be even more powerful. You can have people write recommendations and recommendations about you. But bottom line is, once you've sparked the interest with the first message where you reach out, people are going to come have a look at your profile. They need to learn things about you that impress them even more. The second reason why you need a good profile is, and it's optimized for search, is that people are going to be looking when they're trying to fill vacancies using the search features of LinkedIn. So if you rank because you've set yourself a profile that's nicely optimized for search, then hiring managers will end up reaching out to you, which is great. So you need your profile to impress. And if you have a good profile, what you'll find is that people will reach out to you and they will send you connection requests. Here is my connection requests that are pending here. So I've got about 19 that I haven't responded to yet. But you have a look through here, you say, is this somebody that I'd like to reach out to? My target market is sort of students, young millennials, people getting into the job market generally. So obviously you're going to get all sorts that reach out to you, find ones that fit, and then when you accept, then you send an immediate follow-up message saying, hello, this is who I am, welcome to my network, how can I be of help to you? Okay, so the third thing you need to do, so you've got a nice profile, you're connecting with people and people are connecting with you. You need to be active, because being active is going to give people an even clearer impression of what you're all about and what you're trying to do. So you have a lovely little feature here in LinkedIn which can show you your activity. Okay, so you have your activity, which is all of the things that you've commented on. You've got your posts where you specifically have created your own content. I like to share a lot of things to do with career strategy advice. And so I reshare and I also create a lot of my own original content. Here I've promoted a couple of my videos. So this is my personal branding content that I'm creating and contributing to LinkedIn on a regular basis. And you need to choose sensible content here because it is going to create the right impression. Remember, LinkedIn is not Facebook. You don't post memes of garbage. This is a professional platform, and therefore articles and items of a professional nature are what belong here, okay? So that's very important. Please bear that in mind. Remember that your posts are going to create an impression of your personal brand and your authority within the particular area or sector that you are interested. If you're not quite sure where to start, just resharing content that you find interesting is a great place to start, just sticking your opinion on top of it. There's a very good example. I've just done that right here. So this is not my post, but I think it's something that's interesting, so I've just reshared it. And I've just said it's helpful for those wanting, for those drafting or wanting to improve their resumes, because that's my opinion on that. It's as simple as that, okay? The next piece of advice I would suggest is on top, over and above posting content that makes an impression and being active. I think the most important thing to succeed on LinkedIn is give and you will get. And what I mean by that is comment, share, like, give advice, give credit, be kind, offer recognition. I think that is something that will really give you a leg up in terms of becoming known in your little LinkedIn community. One common example is whenever somebody gets promoted, you get a notification. So here's a friend of mine back in South Africa who has just been promoted to operations manager, and I've written him a customized message wishing him well. I do this for everybody. People whose comments or content that I find interesting, I like to comment. I like to sometimes ask a question. I'm very active in the congratulations space. So if people get new jobs, because I like to talk about career strategy and progress in your career, whenever I see somebody making progress, I say congratulations, I hope it's successful, gives you great success and fulfillment. So continuous help, you can see it's appreciated. People enjoy the validation and the praise. So it's certainly a way to become known and to build up some goodwill within your community. Here's an example of a lady who's looking for work. So what I offered was, hi Kathy, I'm commenting for further reach, because remember with YouTube, the more you comment, the more the algorithm pushes out people's posts. So this is one I like to use. Hi Kathy, I'm commenting for further reach and to offer some free job search and career strategy advice that's on my YouTube channel. And then I give the link. And not only do that, I say good luck with your journey and feel free to get in touch with me if you have any other questions or would just like to chat. So not only am I pushing another person who can potentially get interested in my channel, but I'm also saying, if that's not for you, no worries. If you would like to just have a chat or just some general advice, I'm here, no issue. And she acknowledged that message, saying she really appreciates that. So I think this is probably the most important component of LinkedIn, and where most people have a gap. They will post on an ad hoc basis. When they need something from their LinkedIn network, they will ask for it, but they do not actively engage with their connections. And I think this is the single most important factor in succeeding on LinkedIn. So if we go back to that original note that we sent the recruiter, we need to remember that our activity, profile, and presence on LinkedIn reinforce that good impression that we made. So we could have sent a wonderful introductory note saying what we said and creating that positive impression. And then they look at our profile and it's rubbish. They see that we're not active on LinkedIn. Then I think that impression is largely lost, and the benefit of sending a good note to a hiring manager sort of can quite easily fall away. So these components all work together quite nicely. Now, as promised, the secret to help job seekers is a little known treasure right here called groups. All right, so I'm in some groups, but I now want to search. Okay, so I'm searching for engineering, Sydney. Okay, so I'm picking the industry and I'm picking a place. Doesn't really help you join groups in other countries if you would eventually want to connect with people in your particular sector. All right, so you can just say here groups. All right, and then you've got construction and engineering, Sydney and New South Wales. So I'm just picking this one because it's got 3,000 members. So this is what the group is about. If you join these groups and you comment, obviously I'm not going to request to join, but that's all you would need to do. You would request to join, and then you would see basically a ream of feeds from the members and what they've posted. You can see the admin of this group is a CV writer and career coach. So she's a recruiter that owns this group. What a fantastic idea to join with somebody who's connected within the industry and to build an impression and become known in this little sector. So at a click of a button, you have access to 3,000 people in this space. That is just the absolute marvel, in my view, that is LinkedIn. Simple as that. Now, let's say, for example, as a bonus tip, we don't just want to join groups, we want to work for Murray & Roberts, which is the only company in engineering that I can think of off the top of my head. 3,830 employees on LinkedIn. This is called a company page. Okay, that is the other place that you can get yourself connected, is if you have a specific company in mind, you can follow. And once you follow, you'll see anything that Marion Roberts is doing will come through onto your LinkedIn news feed. You can start to comment, you can start to become known, and you can start to engage with this organization. Again, a very, very powerful thing to do, because what will also happen is once you connect with Marion Roberts' page, the staff that work for Marion Roberts will come up on your recommended feed under your network. So here, I've got my connections, and if I scroll down, I get people that are recommended to me. The minute I connect to Marion Roberts, the people that work for Marion Roberts, including the hiring managers and the operations guys and a lot of the influencers and decision makers, all of the influencers and the decision makers for that matter, will be available for me to potentially connect to. So you can see that based on who I've connected to and my profile, that is how LinkedIn decides who I would potentially want to connect to next. Remember that recruiters will look in these groups and the people that engage with their pages first before they go out to the open market. So you need to be present here. This is my golden tip for the day. So if you use LinkedIn continuously, you will see the best results from your networking and your building of meaningful relationships, and therefore achieve the enormous potential that this platform has. You'll be able to leverage it to find work, to create new customer relationships, and form long-lasting, meaningful connections with people. I hope this video helped. Please leave a like if it did. Until next week, thanks for watching, stay safe, and I will see you soon.